Hi folks, so in this video I'm going to cover how the agent hot desking feature works. It deals with the ability to hot desk effectively across multiple nodes in a MyVoice Office network, and it uses a technique of using an agent ID as an alias for the extension on the user side and teaming that with a phantom extension. So this is the user interface for configuring it inside the server application, which is a browser-based application. You would enable it, select a hunt group containing agent IDs, and these agent IDs have to be programmed onto one of the PBXs on the network. In programming, you would go to hunt groups. In this case, I have a hunt group 2302 that I've set up for the demo. I have these three agents in there, and I also have the same agents configured, of course, as agent IDs in my PBX. So those three guys are here. So once I've got the hunt group set up and the agents in it, this setting here allows the software to read in those users that are the target for agent hot desking. And the idea is that you also then configure a phantom with a matching ID. So if I show you the phantoms on this site, we have these three phantoms at the bottom here. And the key thing to understand is that the phantom is effectively the user's extension. So you would point the DDI number to this extension. Internal calls, of course, would route to that extension. Any class of service for permissions for outbound dialing would be configured against this extension. The caller ID, all of those features that you would normally configure into an extension, you'd configure onto their phantom. And the way it works is that a user, once logged in to any extension using the agent ID, causes the software to put a forward all calls from the phantom to the location on which they logged in. That means that somebody dialing their DDI or their DID or internal extension would find them where they are, and then we make various steps to improve the visibility or how it behaves on the PBX to make it feel normal to the user. So one of them is logged out destination. What this does is anytime they log out of that extension, this is the destination in default that the call will go to. So in this case, I've got 2500, which could be voicemail, which means that the voicemail associated with the phantom will then receive a call, and consequently they'll get the voicemail for that user. This flag here allows a user to override that default logged out destination. So whilst they're logged in, they could use the forward all calls feature, let's say 355, 8 for an outside line, and then 07973 123456, and that will, from that point, automatically forward all of their calls whilst they're logged out to their mobile. At the time, it actually logs them out too, so it proves that that feature was invoked when they do that. This flag here is just designed so that at midnight it just logs everybody out, because often people forget to log out, so that comes in handy. This feature here is if they decided to forward their calls to another extension whilst they're logged out, then any voicemail message notification or internal call message notifications that apply to their phantom will be forwarded to the physical extension that they chose to log out to. So that can be handy too. In this case, if you wish to add additional features, such as changing class of service, then there's a password that's configurable on the PBX that to permit that, and that password goes in there. And then these flags are to do with setting the behavior of the extension. So do you or don't you change the caller ID? Well, what this will do is anytime the agent is logged in to an extension on any of the nodes, it will set the caller ID to match the caller ID on the Phantom extension. And typically we would set this to be the user's DID. So the next flag here is class of service. So what this does is if they have a permitted class of service, let's say for international calls, setting this flag will automatically assign that permission to the extension on which they log into at the time. This one here is useful too. This will change the username. So the username on the phone on which they log into will now match their username on the Phantom, so that when they make an internal call, it will say call from Steve rather than call from extension 1053 or whatever the extension is. This flag here will set speed dials. So there are up to 10 station speed dials that can be configured onto the Phantom, and they will follow them around as they go. And this flag here is designed to make sure that it clears those settings when the agent logs out. So the idea being that it reinstates the extension to the settings that were in place before the agent arrived and logged into that extension. And generally speaking, that's it. The key things to understand is that it does not make that extension that they log into the Phantom. It's in that respect, it is not like Mitel's hot desking, and wherever possible, we would recommend Mitel's internal hot desking for that reason. Okay, thanks folks, thanks for listening, and I'll try and present more of these as time goes by. Thank you.